Low battery? How low?
Yeah, that pretty much sums my life up. Low battery. So there's no point seeing an adventure ride without the adventure part. So here we are at my mate's beer fest near Alexandra, and pretty much just a bunch of dudes getting together and drink piss.
Cup.
Fucking sounds good to me.
Oh, should be right.
Here comes the old timer now. Doesn't look a day over bloody 25. He's got like 4 grey hairs.
Fuck off!
That's just showing off. Now, what they lacked in range at a beer festival, they certainly made up for in quality. They had, as you can see there, the English brown ale and a cider. And this was like a honey hazy pale ale or something. That was freaking awesome.
It was piss poor. Quite literally.
Even if the barman wasn't so awesome. Anyway, privacy reasons, can't go showing you the whole festivities, or that would just be giving it away. So here we are, packing up and having a yarn, and we're going to shoot around to my mate's house just to have a cuppa, and then I'm probably going to get out of here. Of course, that doesn't mean I'm going to do it in a hurry. How do I do this again? Better speed things along. So after a quick cup of coffee at my mate's house, we're back on the road heading north. First stop, another coffee. Why not? This is probably like an hour later, to be honest. This is probably like the first day I had on this trip where I didn't have to be somewhere at a certain time. All I had to do was get from mate's birthday back to my mum and dad's for the night, and I could take any route that I wanted. I got some mates in Korea, and so I decided that's where I'm going to go. How am I going to get there? Well, that's a whole nother decision. Actually, we better pull over and figure out how we're actually going to get there. Route planning is key. One of the coolest things to go and see around these parts is Benmore Dam. Massive hydroelectric power station with their big ass dam on one side and a shitload of water on the other. There's the Pensocks, and you can drive right over it. It's actually really cool. I remember I used to ride dirt bikes around here as a kid. If I could remember where those tracks were, I would be there. So for anyone wondering what that big white thing is, that is the gantry crane, which they use to do any sort of maintenance they need to do on this edge. Obviously some access panels on the floor there, whatever other engineering required to go into a dam. I know a little bit about electricity, but when it comes to building these things, this is a whole lot beyond me. Good thing is, there's hardly anyone there. I can give you a nice view of the vista below and the very cool boating lake on that side. So this is the floodgates that they use to drain the lake when she's been hosing down a bit much. And right about there used to be this massive rock. And they opened the floodgates, and now there is no more rock. So anytime that someone says erosion isn't real, which I'm sure no one says that, well, it bloody is, because it destroyed a massive rock. I love when this shit happens. Stopped off at a mate's place and had a visit for a couple of hours. And he suggested, why don't I go through the Hakateramea? I said, where the hell is that? He says, right here. Shows me on a map. Shows me on my phone. Locked it in. Guess where I'm going? The Haka. First things first, we stop off in the next wee town. This is Kurau. It literally is a blip on the radar. There's the one cop and the one engineering shop and the two pubs, because every decent town has two pubs, you know, in case one burns down or something. And there's the fire engine, just in case it does. If we're going to go and tackle the Haka, first we need to do some restraining of the stuff. I swear I've rolled this thing up about 16 times now. You know what, I'm over it. I'm just going to stuff it in here. Anyway, ta-ta.